Just days after the assassination of a Minnesota lawmaker, new threats of political violence this morning, and this time it's right here in Metro Atlanta.
Atlanta News First, Don Shipman is live with the First Alert breaking news tracker outside FBI Atlanta headquarters. And Don, this time it's from a man in Duluth who is facing some serious charges for messages he allegedly left for 2 U.S. senators.
Yeah, and investigators say that these were horrifying voicemails, and they say that these types of political threats simply will not be tolerated. I want you to take a look. You can see these images that the FBI provided to the media of that arrest. The 25-year-old Robert Forney being arrested outside his Duluth home. Multiple neighbors telling us that law enforcement swarmed the community there and that Forney lives in that house with his family. Forney faces federal charges of communicating threats in interstate commerce. He's accused of threatening Republican Senators Ted Cruz of Texas and Deb Fischer of Nebraska. Authorities say that back in January, Forney left voice messages threatening sexual violence against both lawmakers.
It makes you wonder what's going on with them. And I mean, they're, as far as I know, they're normal people.
And we did attempt to speak with Forney's family, but they declined to comment. We're live in DeKalb. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.